It didn't really feel as tense as maybe it got in the third period, but you kind of had the feeling during the course of the night that the Rangers could have scored even more than the 6 they got.
Yeah, I wonder about that. And I also wonder about how strong they are at the penalty kill and how that's helped them in other areas of their game this year. You know, you hear Sam and Joe talking about the shorthanded goals, but then you're looking at the empty net goals. And of course, the way that you perform when you're shorthanded in a game is going to help you when you're defending a lead late, 6-on-5. And I think back to the Rangers when they were going to the Cup final, when they went to the Stanley Cup, you see them maybe back then giving up a lot of those 6-on-5 goals. That was a thing. And that's not there anymore with this team. And these are building blocks that are going to help this team in the future. And they're fourth with 12 empty net goals this year. You know, that's pretty, like, there's a lot of underlying numbers. John and I were talking off camera. There's a lot of parts to the season that if you didn't look at wins and losses, you're looking at goal differential, you're looking at their PK relative to their power play. You'd think this is a playoff team on paper.
Right. And take into account, they have the only player in the league who has 3 hat tricks this year. They're the only team in the league with 6 hat tricks this year. There's a lot of that stuff going on with this team, and that's what happened tonight. Mika Zibanejad registered his 7th career hat trick, 6th as a New York Ranger. Only Bill Cook with 9 and Rod Gilbert with 7 have ever had more in this franchise's history. Let's hear what Mika Zibanejad has to say after this accomplishment. Michelle Gingras spoke with him moments ago.
Thanks, John. Mika, you guys are now 4 points behind the Boston Bruins. Tonight's game was an important one as you look to close the gap on a playoff spot. What did you think of your team's effort through 3 tonight?
We obviously knew the score of the Boston game before, you know, gave us a little bit more extra energy, I guess, and a little bit more meaning to the game. And I thought we did what we had to do today, and I mean, we play against a good team, I feel. They make it hard on us, but I find us we're having a good game and get the win.
Absolutely. You're the first Ranger in franchise history to score a hat trick at Madison Square Garden against the Sabres. Just a little fun fact for you. I'm not sure if you knew that one, but what was working for you tonight?
I mean, great passes. You see Laffy on the first one, and Brett on the second one. I mean, the puck just goes in, obviously, and great passing, and I don't know, just the puck seemed to want to go in today.
It's not a bad night when the puck seems to want to go in. What about your team's response in the third period? What did you think of the effort there?
I mean, we maybe stopped playing a little bit in the third, but I thought we try to finish it off and just trying to make it easy on us. That's something we said in the locker room before the third, and I think for the most part in the third we did that, but we just try to play smart and get the 2 points, and that's what we did.
Thanks, Mika. I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
John, back to you.
Michelle, thanks very much. So the words that stood out the most from Mika Zibanejad to me, we did what we had to do. And he certainly did that. When I looked at the score sheet, when he got his hat trick, he only had 6 minutes and 18 seconds of ice time. Less than 6.5 minutes on the ice, and he already had 3 goals.
Well, John, he does everything quickly. You know, he gets the puck off his stick quickly. I think Mika Zibanejad understands this as well as anybody. The puck has to be off your stick on first touch in less than half a second. Another thing I noticed was that Lindgren and Fox are on for the goals, and they're back there, and they're like the Russian 5 out there. When you get Fox, Lindgren getting it back up the ice in the hands of a Lafreniere and a Buchnevich and Zibanejad, you're going to get scoring opportunities off the rush, and you're going to look bad for it. Now you see where the Buffalo Sabres make their first mistake. They have 4 players caught below the dots, and then all of that open ice for Zibanejad to receive on first touch and get it off of his stick. Now, again, Zibanejad in front with a nice low base. You're going to see this from Kakko as well with his goals. The Rangers were strong in front, and then getting that puck back on a win to Fox and Strome so they can move the puck up high. It allows Zibanejad time to get into his setup when the Rangers are on the power play. And you want to get on that side of the ice. That's where Zibanejad and the Rangers had 4 power play goals against the Devils a week ago. That's a good setup for them. It's a good look. Again, talk about getting it off your stick. He has a nice wedge here and a sand wedge into the upper part of the net. But that's also another play where you're trying to get it to the net where you can get the benefit of the goal or you're going to get a rebound. It's hard for goalies to control deflections. Fox, again, from his own own zone. Shocker up to Buchnevich, who's done really well in the neutral zone on the walls, if you're paying attention to that. And then Zibanejad again making his play. He's going to try you one-on-one when he's feeling it like this, and through the goalie's 5-hole, which is really a triangle, and a pretty sizable one there on Tokarski. But you look at Zibanejad's overall game. He's playing in all 3 zones that way. He was on the puck, and his actions were speaking loud out there because his intent was so strong.
He becomes the first Ranger with 3 hat tricks in a season since Marian Gaborik 10 years ago. And that helped the Rangers really establish themselves in a game, make the Sabres have to chase the game. But when it started to get close again, the guy who stepped up in addition to Zibanejad was Kaapo Kakko. He has 2 2-goal games this season, both against the Buffalo Sabres. Half of his goals this year are against Buffalo.
Might be doing my homework for the next game. Maybe a little research for Tuesday for the first goal scorer to think about that. All right. But here's the thing with him. He understands right now where goals are scored the same way Lafreniere is understanding where goals are scored and how. Now, if it's with movement, a lot of support, where we would have thought in the first game against the Flyers on Thursday, the team was disjointed. They really collapsed and read off each other really well in this game. They were together. There was a lot of close support. And that's why Kakko can get the puck, gather it, move it. And now this is what coaches refer to as coming downhill. Watch Kakko now as he paces himself towards the blue line. This is a really good timing play. Now on this switch, he comes downhill with speed, so he gets lost in coverage. And this seam pass is really easy for Fox to make. But I mean, I love the way that he gets down here. See his head tracking over the puck on contact, knee on ice, one knee, one tee, elevated. That's textbook. That's anybody in the world can learn from that one. That's a really nice, and it's a hard seam. It's a hard seam coming down on angle. What I really like about this one is not just that he's net front, but he gets a wide base net front. You know, he can't be pushed around until after he scores, and Miller can do that all day long because Kakko's celebrating, and it never hurts when you're on your backside after you score. You know, there's no retribution to be paid there. He was pretty pumped.
Kakko, one of 11 Rangers with a point in the game, including Zach Jones. Congratulations to him. He had his first assist